Baseball is and always will be known as America's pastime. With that kind of label, you might think to yourself, wow, America's pastime. That must be a one-of-a-kind sport that can't be cheated or altered in any way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that our beloved sport of baseball has been under attack in recent years in many different ways. However, I'm here to only discuss one. Have you ever seen the movie Moneyball? If not, it's a movie about a former ball player, Billy Beane, turned general manager of the Oakland Athletics, who attempts to use sabermetrics to win baseball games. Sabermetrics are defined as the application of statistical analysis to baseball records, especially in order to evaluate and compare the performance of individual players. Basically, what this means is what a general manager might look for in a player is not so much character or a flashy guy that puts up big numbers and is the face of a franchise. Rather, the manager will look at endless pieces of paper containing statistics, and they'll look for many different kinds of these sabermetric statistics, but usually we'll only focus on a couple. A few examples of these stats might be how many pitches a batter swings on average per at bat, or how many times a player swings at first pitches. But the most important of all these would be OBP, or on-base percentage. You might be thinking, what strange things to look at for a baseball player. Not so fast. As much as Billy Beane was ridiculed for it, if you look at the wins and losses of the 2000 to 2003 Oakland Athletics team, you'd be quite impressed. As a matter of fact, during those years, the A's would make the playoffs 4 straight seasons in a row. Still unimpressed? Well, the greatest thing about Moneyball, especially the general managers, was the very low budget it required. For comparison, on opening day in 2000, the eventual World Series champion New York Yankees had a budget of about $93 million, which was the highest in the majors at that time. That year, the Oakland Athletics won 4 more games than the Yankees during the regular season with a budget of just $32 million. Billy Beane was making history and changing the game as we knew it with these tactics. Are you convinced that Moneyball might actually work? Well, I'm here to tell you that Moneyball does not work. While I will give credit to the efforts of Beane and how he put together such a great team at an incredibly low cost, I still don't buy it, and neither do a lot of other people. People who study statistics and look at the importance of consistency in small areas might praise this idea and call it flawless for many reasons. The bottom line is, Moneyball and sabermetrics never won those A's a World Series. The closest they ever came was the ALCS, or the American League Championship Series, in 2006 when they lost to the Detroit Tigers. You look at teams like the Yankees, arguably the most successful franchise in all of professional sports, which have 27 world championships and never once used these tactics. They also, prior to 2008, had made 13 straight playoff appearances and turned around and won the World Series in 2009. There are many different reasons as to why general managers have strayed from the very briefly used Moneyball tactics. One being, it doesn't exactly put fans in the seats. It's hard for fans to want to watch a team that is constantly making trades and having no-name players in their starting lineup. If the managers can't get these fans to come watch their games, then the budget for players' payroll is only going to go down. Another big reason as to why major league teams stopped paying attention to Moneyball was because Moneyball did create all-star players. And what do all-star players want? They want trades and more money. A lot of Billy Beane's initial Moneyball drafted players eventually left after those first 4 seasons they played. After they played those first 4 seasons, they got noticed for being good, potentially all-star players. If you're a baseball fan, these are a few names from the Moneyball team: Miguel Tejada, Barry Zito, Mark Mulder, and Tim Hudson, all very good baseball players. Tim Hudson was actually my favorite pitcher when I was a kid. Billy Beane is quoted in the film Moneyball saying, "After the regular season, the rest of it is just luck." You may have a point when you look at the 162 game season compared to a best of 5 playoff series. However, everyone knows anything is possible when it comes to the playoffs. In any sport, and I think that's what separates the stats and the heart of a baseball team with good chemistry and teammates that will do whatever it takes to get a win. We want to believe in phrases like big time players make big time plays or cool in the clutch, because that's what defines the game, not statistics. We've seen time and time again that player who is struggling to produce anything all season or playoffs come in and get that game-changing hit off that pitcher that almost never allows it. It's just the nature of the game, and it can't be beat with numbers on paper. Baseball will forever be untouched by these kinds of attempts to beat the system, because that would make the game boring. As the great Joe DiMaggio once said, when baseball is no longer fun, it's no longer a game.